试试看。好可爱呀！好像好一点哎。有，好多了，好多了。有。哎，这边。
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
对啊，好多了。我把它改成硬体串，就是原本是用那个软体，好像它 CPU 跑不动，好之类的，我不知道。反正我参考我之前的那个，这个。
Let's take a closer look at this. Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
抱歉，我回讯息。Felix 偷了 Freya 的话，为什么跟谋杀有关？为什么？写。这个不知道怎么充满了血，然后再 他用这样吧。
This red paint pot
Yes.
was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya
你真的有问吗？
hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
好哦。接下来可以去 Flora 这边。安安，他还会说话吗？他所有都没有说过半句话。
This painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
他最好会说话，他说话我会惊讶哦。那不是刀。
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
我觉得是这个啊，应该吧？我不知道。
That kind of makes sense.
好吧，这个
That's not it.
OK， 不是刀，那是什么？羽毛？哦，有可能呢。
That kind of makes sense.
没有。
That's not it.
这个吗？
That's not it.
不是，干全部都按一次啊！我觉得太不合理了。等一下，我看一下。怎么想都这个最有可能啊？怎么会？怎么会？
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
这个啦，墨姬鸟的羽毛，这个啦，一模一样嘛，这个啦，
let's take a closer look at this.
나루호도.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
我会。这只鸟啊。
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for
像鸡一
Flora.
样，就是
And
它。
come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
墨鸡鸟。Penny， 一根羽毛，给他本朋友看。
The ink dip bird was Penny's pet, so she kept a single feather to show her friends. Nope.
No. Flora。谁背叛了 ？Felix， 墨鸡鸟。不对哦。
Felix betrayed Flora, so she ate the ink dip bird as evidence of a crime. That's not right.
笑死。所以他养了一根羽毛，很奇怪啊。
So she kept a single feather.
这是翻译问题吧？
She kept the bird as a pet, and it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time
对啊，
staring
翻译
out
问
the
题啊。
window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
All right. So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
它原本应该是放在蛋里。
I think she does. Normally.
Oh.
This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
Yes， 放在蛋里。
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty.
怎样？你要说话了吗？
She's pointing at something in the corner.
It's just a pile of books. Wait, there's...
哦。哦，好可爱哦。
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
跟 Flora 讲话一点屁用都没有，只会点点点。哎，这里有一个问号。湖边。可疑叙述。
All the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. It lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it, until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer.
为什么他爸要进去这个房间？
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
对啊，
That's all the statements collected.
I think.
We could.
Ready when you are.
It's the little boat we used to cross the lake. It's the only way on.
What a comforting thought.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Doot, 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 doot.
好可爱。
Please don't do that.
The ground's moist, but it's not muddy. Wonder how often it rains here.
I cannot believe how exciting this murder investigation is already.
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent wooden wind chimes.
Yeah.
It's just an archway, but like walking through it might give you bad luck.
Too late. It's a garden, I think.
We could.
Ready when you are.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Doot, 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 doot.
嘟嘟嘟嘟嘟嘟嘟嘟。
Please don't do that.
好，
It's a garden, I
好
think.
了，
We could.
Ready when
我
you are.
们去花园。这个到底可以
I'm
解
still
了没
not？ sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
但是我还是不知道吧。这些是什么啊？
Let's come back later.
感觉还没有解到关键。 现在可以做什么呢？搜查天文台哦，是哦，好。我有少什么吗
What is it?
It's
You're not wrong. There's something kind of just
does it not compare to all?
跟他对话吧。
Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there.
可爱哦。惊叹号
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license. This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
原来你看过。还有什么？你有什么？哦，这个还没有。
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
You? Best friend? 对啊，剩天文塔的还没有。我觉得现在不是那种我有哪一些还没弄过，全部的，一个一个来好了，随便。
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. I'll say this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless. I find her rather embarrassing. Little spoiled child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27.
你好了解哦，你怎么这么了解他几岁
Professor Pointer's a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
因为他很喜欢天文。好，其他对，等一下，东西还没给他看，我给他看一下东西，还有一大堆东西没看过。
The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth?
大卖特卖。
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around. One of 3 statues depicting the same
3座雕像
This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. for blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music. Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
超讽刺。
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
A book from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see that. 3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would. And you consider that important evidence, do you? These people really are ridiculous, aren't they? Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them. I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know
突然
why
觉得
they
这
took
个
the
画像好像
photograph, do
他
we?
哦，
Perhaps they just wanted it for
又
reference.
红，然后上面又黑黑的，好像哦。
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
A photograph of
也太抽象了。
I'd tell him not to quit his day job, but he hasn't got one, has he? These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
好哦。我很好奇这是
A
什
little
么样
charm.
啊？
Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
7个东西。
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
What do you make of it?
我这希腊。
Not a whole lot.
好，我们先给大家看一些东西。
I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. It's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
哪一种？
One of these drawings is of you in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Are we done? It's
妃子
Fifi
跟
and Freya.
Poppy 这很是什么
Don't
样
you
的
think
关系？
Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
好，我完全没有搞懂。你在写什么东西？
Felix made that? Huh. That's quite sweet, really.
我只看得懂圆周率。
Yeah.
嗨，
There's a note on the back too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
哎，这个还没点
Felix
过
is。a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
哎，这个好像也没点过。
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's
Really?
good.
It's bigger in here than I thought.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have been.
到底还有
Tools. Used by a gardener. For gardening.
"先去看 Puppy 好了。
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly.
Oh, how nice. How sweet. Foregone drifter.
我很喜欢 Puppy 在
Days as shadows.
说一些诗的那种感
Is
觉。
it bravery or surrender? Accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom. Some four walls make around a room.
很有诗意，蛮好抽啊，听不懂，但是感觉就很厉害。诗人与钢琴家，哦，有成就，全部都让他讲一次，有一个成就。这边还有什么东西
Alright.
Spooky murder.
Spooky murder mansion. Sheet music.
That's a lot of
Probably
it.
while they're on the floor.
为什么会散落一地？
Sheet music.
That's
Probably while they're on the floor.
好，这个
Are they?
Whatever they are. It's like a little parade of float. What else would it be?
There's a
When I was a kid, I never knew.
You still don't know.
No.
Do you? All right.
Spooky murder.
Spooky murder mansion.
好，应该没什么。去找菲菲好了。这些
A
你还没
wooden
看
carving
过。
of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint. It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
对啊，为什么？
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother. Like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none.
No.
Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No?
No.
Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a
我觉得应该不
detachment
是
from
那种
reality.
关系吧。
Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
去找鸟的。
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I. Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew. Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes. Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style. A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind. It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad. I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
这个也没
Can't
点
say I've
过。
ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
到底少了什么关键的东东？这个还没看。
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it?
真的觉得不管怎么样，他也不会说话，所以给他东西是不是一点意义都没有了？对啊。
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
这个点点点比较多。
I really thought she was gonna say something.
真的以为他会说些什么。
Do you know anything about these birds? Or birds in general?
No， 他不会说话的。
Do you know anything about this beetle? This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter?
What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies? You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you?
We met Felix, your husband.
敢恭维啊
He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
No.
Nice try. We spoke to your daughter Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her. We spoke to Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything out of you either. I bet that really ticked her off.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials? You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know. Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing
对啊，
down?
到底有什么好做笔
Oh, no,
记
I
的
gave？up making notes ages ago. I'm just doodling.
靠腰了，在页边画，靠腰了。哦。我看一下还有什么哦，画车哦，哦，车很难画啦，我也没在画车。哦，所以是 Porter 去雇他去找这只金甲虫，然后他原本以为是 Freya 偷的，但是他死了。 到底少了什么关键？因为我要触发到要找他，但是我少了什么东西。
It's tidier than mine. The notebook is
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
什么东西19岁跟44岁？我哪边没看过？
Sally, check those plants for clues.
Is soil a clue?
好。
It's not locked. A big...
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner? Finally, we get to investigate.
It's not that.
Don't ruin this. Finally, we don't ruin this.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody. Is that an envelope?
It's been opened. Let's read it.
Isn't that an
No,
envelope?
definitely.
密码画在另外一张纸上，就密码那些，等一下 ，Flora， 哦，背面是写上的，信画在另外一张纸上。哦，有旋律的东西是吗？哎呦，好像是哎。我发现它有旋律的东西都会有。
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
但是这些东西是什么呢？代表什么？
Let's come back later.
鸟嘛，一开始是鸟嘛。
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainbow?
The birds seem
They're even singing.
哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒。
Please don't do that.
我觉得这是关键，但是我不知道。
It's a little boat we use. It's the only
What
way.
a comforting thought.
我觉得它有曲子有旋律的地方都有加颜色来强调，但是那些符号我不知道是什么东，所以好像目前也没办法弄。我记得这边好像还有一个黑板上有个东西。
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a class?
这边要干嘛用的？
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
A B C D， 不知道。这个跟那个温室里面的那个一样，让人匪夷所思。对，我也觉得，但是它不能当做。
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
不能当做那个线索拿起来。希腊的那一张，对，那张字母也没办法拿起来，所以我也不知道。我也觉得这两个东西是有关的。我有哪一个房间没有仔细找吗？你要我接哪一边？园丁那边，还是图书馆这边？还是都？图书馆的你有看吗？你有接吗？
A little chart of actually, I have no idea what it's about.
哦，所以你接希腊的了，所以希腊的你有接。那我也照一下哈。
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
图书馆这张。
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or?
接吧。好了，再跟我说。好了，好了。
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
到底还少什么啊？为什么不能触发到跟天文学那边？
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there are so many shades.
That?
I thought vampires.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back. Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on
而
the
且还有
floor.
眼睛哎。
Oh, it's a good omen.
It's an eye.
Anything in the drawer?
Nothing you need to know about.
A single. How very.
Yeah, weird.
Oh, thank good. Wouldn't want it to be dark. We already solved it.
It's an octopus.
No, it has 6 legs. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
There's an, you know.
克苏鲁信奉者。
Sheet music.
It's only a few notes.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
我觉得很多旋律，眼睛符号又一直长。Maybe.
Oh, thank good. Wouldn't want it to be dark. Various hand.
What do you think those?
Hopefully, none.
More handwritten sheet music.
Empty.
感觉这里没什么。我记得好像哪里也有个眼睛哎。哪里呀？这边吗？还是哪边？不是这边。我忘记了哪边了。这边吗？不是。这边我应该也都弄过。它也有一只熊哎。
Don't think you can get it. Save it for the judge.
哎，这边。
Fifi's got
What
something.
is all this? Looks like Fitz.
Looks like Professor Pointer.
It's a drawing of Penny.
That's gotta be Flora.
It's Poppy. That's actually.
Is that supposed to be me?
That's just the face you make when. It does make you wonder, though.
I think that's supposed to be Felix.
It's Detective Hawkshaw.
And that's you, Sally.
What? I do not. Do I?
这里也有很多符号。跟刚才那些有关系吗？ 对，我也觉得无意义。等等吗？好像有吗？应该是一样的，是不是？依照关系填图。
That's gotta be Flora. Did you notice who isn't on here?
谁不在这里
Freya?
Mm-hmm.
Freya 跟
Fifi
Fifi
herself.
但是我没有可以填的地方啊。
What's that big book?
Looks like something.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology.
Pretty.
We're supposed to.
And a simple trick, but it really... Scientific probably. I'll openly admit I have no...
Boxes of stuff.
好啊，
Fifi's got something.
What is all this?
结吧。好哦，我也照一下。
Did you notice who isn't on?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. An empty glass.
Looking at it is
Why?
I don't know.
It's a little handmade. Inside it says, "To Fitz from PP."
屁屁，屁屁到底是谁？
Looks pretty
Healthy. I think it would rather be outside.
是 Popping 吗？还是 Penny 呢 ？Penny 是他的回文器，但是感觉 Popping 跟 Fizz 好像他们有共通的秘密。
It's another little statue.
He's playing
He's
a
also...
Well, they're not and they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Yeah, it's too cloudy.
It's also daytime. Pretty.
It's a chart. Which planet? It's a chart of the solar. Which planet are you from, Sally?
What is it?
Large.
You're not wrong.
搜查天文塔，但是
Yeah, it's too
It's
cloudy.
also daytime.
Every
I
astronomy.
want to try.
哦，这边可以试哦，之前没有试过哦，看到 Flora，
I can just about see the ground. You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the back side of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle.
可以移角度
It's the
吗？
tower opposite this one. I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off?
Maybe it's glued down.
他在看什么？哦，上面还有一个
Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room?
所以上面还有一个房间，
We should check that next time we're over there.
上面还有一个房间。
I can just about see the ground. You can see it.
Not by
I can see behind her. Can't really see.
How?
Is this supposed to be an astronomy telescope?
对啊，你为什么没有在看天上，你在看人家
Pretty sure you need to see the sky.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about Pointer's
有了
astronomy habits. Something.
Let's ask him about it.
Yes. 怀疑
So, Professor,
你为什么对天文学有感兴趣呢？
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it
没关系
cannot
啊，
be
等一下应该就会有
unexpanded.
东西了吧。
And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory.
直接变另外一部
Professor.
作。
Oh, go on.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
虫
I don't have time for tiny,
你喜欢虫
insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
真的用望远镜进行天文研究吗 ？No， 所以，哦 ，Porter 的望远镜实际是在看犯罪现场，因为。而不是对准天上，可以
Pointer's
的。
telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Are you
Why
spy?
would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
Freya.
It's
Yes.
a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around. Both towers and in the gardens, too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene. Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
Oh! 突然就多出一个这
This
个
wasn't
东
here
西。
before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks-
There's a note.
What does it say? Grimoire?
Oh, I know. 啊，这个就可以让我知道。
What do you think?
How
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect map.
it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
有个鬼魂在帮我们，好。
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
You. 鸟鸣 ，OK, yes. 太好了。
It's a garden, I think.
We could.
Ready when you are.
犯
We
罪
know a
现
little
场。
more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
怎么想？为什么画上会有血？
Paint from the paint pot was replaced by blood from the paint pot to resemble a bloody knife. Nope.
No. Single.
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody
Why?
set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Mm-hmm. 我想先看一下上面。哦，狼狼。
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Ooh.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it. Just dusty junk. What is that?
Not sure.
Looks like it might attach to something.
绳子用来干嘛？
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh. Just dusty junk.
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda. Someone
Do
painted
you
up.
think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious. At least the moths are kept well fed. Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry.
Kinda. Where's that light coming from?
It's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
Oh?
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
所以刺杀是从这里刺杀的。
Where's that light coming from?
It's just daylight. There's a decent gap between those.
怎么重力加速度可以吧
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
它没有不够吗？好吧 ，I don't know。这边好像也没什么东西了。
Just dusty junk.
Nothing catching my
Sorry.
Kinda.
卷轴玩意儿。我要先去看这些有的没的。这个。好哦，还有什么？看一下。钢琴。
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have.
Hmm? 还有一个。还有一个是谁？这里吗？我忘记了，还有吗？我好奇这个。
Is that
maybe?
We have no idea.
我知道啊，但是它是一个嘴巴。
I'm sure I've read.
对啊，它是一个嘴唇啊，所以应该是谁唱的吧？虽然可以印 A 耶，因为我已经找3个，但是不知道他给不给印 A。
Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
个嘴唇。这谁会唱歌吗？哦，我知道了，我知道。 应该是这边。这卡带这个吧，是吗？对，哼唱 ，yes， 想到了，我想到了，因为这个太之前弄的东西。
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Yes.
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
这个。这样吗？
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
哦，有一个门开了！哇！
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Down. Woohoo! 哇哦！地下秘密！哇哦！
A candle.
Very medieval.
I was thinking
medieval pirates.
哦，这里好多虫。
What's in there? It's a little diagram of a beetle.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guy.
And there's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. 9 beetles. And there's a bunch of mostly numbers. It looks like they're being. The liquid is ice cold. It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study.
Forensic Entomology.
That's an incredibly specific.
It's a hatch.
But we're already.
Depends on your perspective.
We still haven't explored this room properly.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it? We're looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
哦，这样用的。这条吧，反正就让它接在一起。觉得这个跟这个应该没什么关系。这个，对啊，很有趣。 这条还没弄。这一条，我觉得这条应该是接这里。哪一条可以接过来？下面搞不好还有可以用的。哦，说不定这样。拉不过来啊，可以这样子吧，转过来这样子，然后这样子，移过来之后这样子，诶。不对哦，刚刚就对了吗？上面橘色那一根用鱼，是哦，是吗？用鱼？啊？哦。诶，什么意思？哦，这样吗？诶，这样哦，这样啊，这样了，这样。啊，对了。
No, that was it.
Nice work. Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
哇哦，秘密研究，1、2、3、4，我知道了，就是要把那个甲虫那个放进去。第一个，独特动植物群。blah blah blah。湖泊，对，这里有个 A 跟 C。2，这些化学物质一直存在。湖泊，这个是湖泊。1是不知道是什么。3是比较小的猪形纲昆虫软体。两栖动物，甲壳类影响最大。blah blah blah blah， 哺乳类完全不受影响。好。我要怎么把这个东西放进去？可以放。
Whose research is this?
我知道这个之所以放在2，是因为这个已经满了才能放到2。秘密实验室。
Seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
放这张。
So, this is Pointer's secret lab?
Yes.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who is he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
他想做什么？金甲虫，这样子吗？
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Yes.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite.
Yes.
Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
OK. 最底层。
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
哦，哦，有咯，有咯，这个东西跟这个东西肯定是连在一起的哦。
So what's the photo?
这个一定是 Flora， 然后这应该是 Flora 他爸之类的。哦。
Do you know who it is in the photo? This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
描述照片中那个男人的东西。什么？他刚才要我干嘛？这个吗？
That's not right.
雕像，雕像，雕像。哦，对了，这个。
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is.
我不知道他叫做什么。
Lord Fellow.
Really?
Wait, no, hang on.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he
Remington.
is. Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks, and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Old cardboard
How
box.
exciting.
Oh, but they're also damp and empty.
绿帽。
Old
How exciting.
they're also damp and empty. Do these puddles?
Why?
That's lake water, but it's indoors.
Ah, I see your point. There's a roll of paper.
I'll see if
Let
I-
me guess.
展开。吼吼。这是我们的地图。
The Grand Hall.
What's that thing?
I think it's that big glass.
Music room. It's the aviary. Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
对，
How did we miss it?
the library.
Storage.
It's Freya's room.
So, the whole house is built on top of some kind of platform.
Apparently.
Creepy.
The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context.
A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it?
Misted Mansion. North side, cross section. Is it not Tangle Tower?
Tangle Tower. Before the towers?
Music room. And that's the lake, right? I think that horizontal line might be the water.
It used to be a lot lower down.
And that's the lake, right?
It used to be a lot lower down.
Okay. 所以
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
收房很重要。Okay.
A bunch of picture frames. It's too dark.
It's not too dark. The frames are all empty.
这个书是什么
single book on a little.
This is creepy.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
哦，墨姬鸟、银蛇、豹魂蟹、蛙人。哦，神秘生物。OK。还有什么没查到的吗？应该差不多了。
Basement's
We're at the bottom of the lake. It must be.
Right, but if that's the lake bed, why does it
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Oh?
Where are we?
Where are we?
Did you notice how much light this room has for a room with one candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Yes.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late. Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last.
走吧。呼呼！大厅整个变不一样。
It's dark all of a sudden.
How
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
我们
Hang
要
on,
怎么上
it's
去？
pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
拉它。Yes.
A ladder.
Wanna go up?
Go 吧。哇哦！隐藏之心。呼呼！解除成就秘密。
Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You could
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Ugh.
Grimoire, don't you think it looks...
我现在要干嘛？应该是要把它弄到一个正确的位置，但是 我也不知道它正确位置是什么。咦，好恶心！
I guess that's
I don't think we need.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file. This crab really reminds.
That little one.
Yeah, but I don't think I've seen it more recently.
在哪里？我看一看。好可爱哦！往上，这个往下。这张嘛，这张才对。拍一下。
It's got a trail.
Also, crabs. Perfect.
Perfect. Yes.
What's this?
哦，它是用射的，它不是把它丢下去，它是用射的，它是用射的，一切都合理了。
Was someone trying to hide it from us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
Yes.
I think that might have, but not this part of the crossbow.
哎，我按错了，是不是？这个。
I think that might, but not this part of the crossbow.
Yeah. 嗯？
We need something that could attach to the crossbow.
哦，这个吧，这个啦。OK。Yeah.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is a murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery. It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Woohoo! Ah! Lace.
It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
啊，我要怎么组合它？我就说吧，我就说那个是它吧。Amazing.
Some kind of fish.
That's a bird skull. We're talking about a 15-foot.
Well, how about we stop talking about it? Some kind of fish.
That's a bird skull. We're talking.
Well, how about we stop talking about it? Centipede. How many legs?
Too many. Those are.
Some of them are.
At least they're all empty.
Are you sure that's a good thing? Who are all?
Not sure. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Who? 神秘生物宅邸大使。诶，这个看起来像他爸。这个有点像 Puppy。
That photo is important.
coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. And I'm gonna say
someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
第5名大使终于找到了。我不能说原本有多乐观，但多少有点失望。我不比他们其他人好多少。带着我的神秘生物朋友到音乐室做实验，它有用，也许太过成功。实验室是另一个令人失望的地方。所有的努力是为了什么？他们短视尽力，甚至比我想象中还严重。到了底部，风景很美，大部分都清理干净，但还有我需要的东西。他进来了，很小心，什么也没动，但我知道是时候。好哦。
Crumpled up.
Is there anything written?
Not really. It's mostly blank. A wooden stool. Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him. Do those look like...
Yeah, they're on the inside.
Those are...
Some of them
at least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? They call this...
What would you call it?
The... of Doom. That's how we got in.
Doesn't look like there's any other way to get in.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left
inside? It's mostly ash. Yeah, there's something.
哦，有东西。哟，哦，羽毛。红色碎布。诡异。
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion. But nowadays, it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible.
这个肯定就是这个啦。这个的话，这个啦。
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
凶杀案，当当，继续，好好玩哦，越玩越好玩。
Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
肯定从上
It was
方。
fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah,
不
our
要，
diagram doesn't show
沼
everything.
泽
Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
太难了。
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless... Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
他已经遇害了
Already been killed.
You think so?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
他晕倒了
Fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
等一下，我回个讯息。没有没有，怎么？哎，他刚才的问题是什么？我没有注意到。没关系，我先随便点。
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
Something in the room.
哦，什么让他昏倒？颜料味吧。
I'm not sure about.
不是哦。
Something in the room caused Freya.
留声机是留声机哦。为什么？没关系啦。留声机音乐会昏倒吗
？Music being played.
What?
Let's try that.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
它会毒气。
The gramophone emits poison gas. Let's try that again.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
有什么东西
Something small.
What? 里面有什么东西？反正就3个嘛。留声机里面就卡带不是吗
？That's not it.
还有什么？里面会有什么？留声机里面有什么东西导致它裂开吗？皱巴巴的纸。
That's not it.
铲子。
That's not it.
留声机里面有什么东西？什么东西呢？
That's not it.
什么东西会让他昏倒？对哦，第2页我都忘记第2页了，我都忘记第2页。烧焦的东西，这个吧
？That's not it.
不是哦，什么东西啊？
That's not it.
哦
That's not it.
哎，这个东西完全都没有。想虫，虫啊！
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
还真的
This
是
seems a
虫。
little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
我都忘记那
This
只
is
虫
getting kinda
很会
scientific.
大
Since when
很
do
大
you know
声。
anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone.
哦
That broken glass isn't there on accident.
Oh.
This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
相当大的损坏。所以他现在要说什么？
Those cracks didn't appear out of
哦，
nowhere.
这个
Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They were much further away.
Really?
Wait, no, hang on.
Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They
保护自
protected
己。
themselves.
How?
How? How? How? Ah, these.
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
哇，已经天黑了耶。弗洛拉塔，啊，迷蒙啦，要求我，你要干嘛？你觉得侦探？我也觉得有可能是侦探，毕竟那个东西是他的嘛，那个小望远镜。但是好像也不太对，就是因为他原本认为他死掉，他认为他那个画家是犯人，但是他突然就死了，他自己也很惊讶，那个侦探也很惊讶，所以我觉得不是他。 我现在干嘛
？The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
我们现在要做什么啊？
I can see the stars.
I can see the star.
The plant, it's in the book.
What?
Look.
Look. 植物。它只吃固有树的种子，就是这种树的种子。OK。还有什么？
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
Hmm. 黄色，这里有黄色吗？遗漏的线索。
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here, in this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
This.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene, and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access?
还是 bug.
The final clue
Fifi 的 bug.
about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
Porter. 我也觉得有可能是 Porter。等一下，他刚才问了什么？
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
什么意思？
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
我们了解。看一下，我再看一下。它快完成了。
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
如何向我们表达他画这幅画的用意？他画这幅画的用意，他画这幅画的用意是什么啊？他画这幅画的用意。
That's not it.
不是。
That's not it.
调色盘哦。
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
黄色完全没有用到。黄色目前没有完全没有用掉。
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint the potted plant of something sitting in the window.
双手加的。
Almost. Maybe just...
所以什么？我觉得这是用手加的。
The yellow paint was added by the murderer, so the potted plant is the murder weapon. Nope.
就不合理啊。
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
是什么？黄色的。
That's not it.
不是。鸟。诶，哦，有了。
There she is, our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did.
来了。侦
But she's a
探。
very good listener.
叮。
Well, now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Who are you?
Penny. Why did
It's
she...
Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention? Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed
她为什么
great
眼影一边有画一
the
边
volition
有
to
画？
create
好讨厌哦！
something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mystids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mystids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
That's not it.
发现什么？解答了他的疑问。这个
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose. But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystics. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it.
我上一下厕所。哎呀。
wasn't just a falsehood, it was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
发现了什么？来自时代金甲虫。
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it
邮寄包裹
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in.
Please.
Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
Why? Freya Fellow 是所愿。
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted? That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all three families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
噔噔，哦！但我们要昏倒了。当然，哦，我们的船不见了。当然。
What's going on?
我有昏倒吗？
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
Ready?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I
Poppy 怎么这么可爱？
Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope.
How do you know?
Because it's right here.
Ooh.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
差不多结束了，结束了。很不错诶，这个故事很不错。这段画面很卡，真的假的？很卡吗？延迟又拉长，好像是。我已经跑到最后了，但是画面很，但比一开始好多了。应该不是我这边，因为我这边是绿色，就是没有显示红色。应该是，我看一下我的成就好了。我的成就在哪里看？我的收藏库，我的成就。我差一个成就，怎么会啊？对哦，我们那个没解，那个你说希腊文字的那个，化学或炼金啊？这样我要怎么弄？讨厌。幸好它会自动存档。他说要找3个，我不是找3个。
Let's not wander off right.
哈，所以我到这个进度的时候，我就不能再往其他地方走了耶。当当当当，可以不要这样吗？代表我一定要过最后啊！最后过完嘞，最后过完就没了啊！最后，讨厌欸！我还是可以走这里。那哪里不能？哪里还等一下，查一下那个成就，看一下。这个游戏叫什么 ？Tangle Tower。看一下怎么解。TAN Tower。成就， 化学或炼金。怎么样？我找不太到呢。可不可以去指南这边有没有？这边有吗？ Please， Under the paper on the table in the library， 所以应该是在书。等一下，看一下哦。 游戏在哪？在这里。
And drawn entomology charts. That really does.
Nope. It looks like the.
What's in there? It's a little dark.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really compared to the beetles behind the glass. Forensic and.
That's an incredibly specific.
Is that a lab coat?
Warning. Size small.
是这一间还是另外一间？看一下，还是书房。
You know, in any normal room. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3. It's a wooden pinboard hung up on.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it. An axe and some
Honestly,
kind of. I'm more worried about the third one.
Third
the one that isn't there.
Crumpled up.
Is there anything?
Not really. It's mostly blank.
Watch out.
Thanks.
我哪里看不？等一下，我翻译一下。翻译一下。Under the papers on the table in the. 在实验室的桌子文件箱。实验室。
They call this room.
What would you call it?
The of doom.
实验室是哪一个是实验室？这个是实验室吗？应该是对，这个是实验室。然后桌子下面的这个
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all
这个啦，没看到这个啦，就是这里。 这里，这个
reminds me of
the one from the chalk.
Yeah. This looks like it was drawn in art.
Didn't we see those same symbols in the greenhouse?
Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind
What
of.
are those symbols?
They're alchemic symbols.
炼金术的符号
Mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff like that.
我们就少看到这个啦。
Huh. Is that a
No, but it does.
What are those
They're alchemic, mostly
symbols?
based.
Huh.
哎，这样子就跑了吧？有吗？有了，成就解完了 ，yes， 太好了。原来少点到这一个，好了，这样子就结束了，谢谢，血孽月陪玩 ，yes， 太棒了，这样子的话就可以，不是这个，就结束了吧 ？OK，好。 成就刚才看过了。好，就这样子了。8888888，沼泽那个实在是都是英文欸，那个太累了吧？这个一定那个我觉得会玩的比这个还累很多，因为这个至少看得懂，英文的话我是看不懂。你一定要，no， 救命哦！好啦，再说啦，可能下个礼拜吧，还是什么时候？好吧，就这样子，8888888，区英文，你 OK 我不 OK 啊？好啦，就这样，关掉喽。88888，好，谢谢，就这样吧，晚安。